What's going on, guys? Bama'S Outdoors back with you today to do a quick video on how I rig my Mojo rig and how I fish my Mojo rig. Had a question from one of my subscribers who asked me how to rig and tie one. Well, there's really two ways that I know that a lot of people do that, and that is one with a split shot, one with a finesse sinker, and I don't live too close to a Bass Pro Shops. I don't live close to a lot of places I can get some of those types of tackle and whatnot to get, so I've kind of come up with my own way of doing it, and it's actually worked out really well. And so I was going to show y'all how I do mine today. And what I do use is I use a little bullet weight. Hopefully you can see it, I'm not sure. A little bullet weight that you would use when you're Texas rigging. I also use a couple bobber stoppers. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out and we're going to put a bobber stopper on. Y'all bear with me here as we get this going. One thing you have to remember about a Mojo rig, the more patient you are with it, the better results you'll get. You fish it slow, super slow, and when you think you're fishing it slow enough, fish it slower. This time of the year, as the fish are starting to get deeper because the water temperature is starting to drop, the fish start getting really lethargic. And when the fish start getting really lethargic, they're very finicky about what they bite. So here we go. Got one bobber stopper on, and I have my split shot on. We'll put one more bobber stopper on. There we go. So what we got is we got two bobber stoppers and we got that bullet weight on there. And I like to use a number 2 hook because when you're using the Mojo rig, you want the worm to respond as realistic as possible. You don't want it weighted down, slapped down on the bottom, and this is the perfect way to do that. And the way I tie mine is with a Palomar knot. There's been numerous occasions when I have been using plastic baits, worms, and flukes and things of that nature. Have not been able to get a bite, but when I go to the Mojo rig, it seems to get a response. You just have to slow down really a lot. Don't do that either. That's not good for your teeth. Okay. And what we got is we got our bobber stoppers, our bullet weight. We've got our number 2 hook on there, tied Palomar. I love this because look, you can move it up and down the line. You don't have to worry about any pinches or anything like that. Sometimes when you get those finesse weights from Bass Pro and places like that, you have to get those pegs and whatnot. And I don't like pegging weights at all because I've had, on some occasions I have had my line break from pegging weights. So there we go. I like to use Zoom worms. Sometimes I will use a Cinco, but I really like these better, and that's a big deal for me because most of y'all know that watch my videos. I'm a big Cinco fisherman, but under these circumstances with the Mojo rig, I prefer the Zoom 6-inch worms, finesse worms, watermelon. And there we go. This is how I rig and fish my Mojo rig. I love the fact that I can move it up and down as much as I want. I like to usually fish it like a foot, maybe a foot and a half, sometimes 8 inches. But again, the key to fishing this thing is getting it down on the bottom. Your sinker set on the bottom. Your worm will come off the bottom a little bit, and just every now and then you just want to jig it. Just barely pop it with the end of your pole. Make sure you keep your slack in so you can feel that bite. And it's an excellent way to fish for bass, especially this time of the year when the water's starting to get cooler, but also in the spring and summer too. They love it then too. But I have found that other than the Texas rig, the Mojo rig is my go-to rig when I'm fishing for bass in the colder months of the year. So I hope this answered your question. Make sure y'all get a good shot of that in there. If you have not taken a moment to subscribe to Bama'S Outdoors, I really would appreciate it. Very grateful for every subscriber I get. Please like this video, and if you have any other questions about the way I fish certain lures and things of that nature, please feel free to leave a question down in the below the descriptions there, and I'll get back with you, and I'll touch base with you, and we'll go over and show you how to do it. So again, as always, God bless and happy fishing, and we'll see you again next time.